Hello, I'm Maria from the Richardson's Homeschool Live. Today I thought we'd have a quick chat about space, homeschool space. Do we need a special space to do our learning? Well, the answer to that's no. I feel now I should say that's it, video over. But no, you don't need a special space or place even anywhere to homeschool. You can do it anywhere. You could be walking along a lane and chatting about something. You could be visiting somewhere. You don't need any special space. It seems a bit of a tongue twister to say that today. I don't know why, but it does. But what space we use, we used to, when we first started, we used to sit on the settee and do it, because if you've seen any of the earlier videos, the room I'm in now was a living room and the dining room was in the room behind me. So we used to sit in here and we just used to sit with the books on a knee, which was a bit awkward really, because you needed somewhere a bit hard and flat for workbooks, but it worked, we did okay. But now, because we've switched the rooms around, we are in now the dining room. So Sian actually does her work on the dining table. But what I'll do, I'll swing you around and you can see for yourself the setup really, how we do it. So as you can see, we're sat at the dining table. I'm at one end and there's Sian at the other end, and she's doing what you're doing at the moment, Sian. Is it science today? She's doing science and probably English at the moment. So she's using a workbook, which is better to do on a harder surface. So we sat at the table. If to excuse my other daughter's bag in the way, a crochet bag. She's making and producing some things which I'm going to tell you about in a moment. But yeah, space-wise, we haven't got a special space. As you can see, we're just in the dining room. There's a dining table. We've got nothing special. She just sits here and does her work. You can see she's doing all her book work. Now she's getting another book out of a tray. This is where we keep all our books. I'll just swing the tray around a moment. We keep all our workbooks for each day in trays, and I put on which day's work is in which tray, and they're quite good. As you can see, they're quite a nice size just to put workbooks in. We don't do all workbooks. We do sometimes do sheets, and sometimes if it's special occasions, she's got an exercise book where she just writes up about things. She studies things herself and writes about them, so that sort of floats around, that book does. But work that she does do each day is in trays like that. So what I'm going to do, I'll swing you around and show you where they are. They are kept in this corner on the shelf. See, in the top shelf there, if I can get close enough because the dog's below my feet, these are books that she's completed. So that's year 7 and 8 so far. She's in year 8 at the moment. They're all books she's completed with a little bit of rubbish on top. Well, it's not rubbish, it's printing paper. But yeah, they're the books that she's completed so far. I think we're going to have to get a bigger tray for them though, deeper one. So Monday has come from the gap there. Got the printer underneath, and let's just move that. Then she's got Tuesdays there, so she's got all the work she does in that one. Then Wednesdays, go across, go down to Thursdays and Fridays. Then right at the very bottom, that's like a miscellaneous box that's got spare pencils and anything spare, books that we haven't used yet, like exercise books. And the one next to it has got a reading books in, because if you saw at the beginning of the school year, we do a book haul and show you what books we're going to be using throughout the year. So they all go in that pink box down there, and then Sian just picks out what book she wants to read when she's finished one. So yeah, I'll step back with that, tripping over the dog. So that's just kept there, just in a corner, and it works well. We can see what we want, which tray we need each day. I can't think of the word then. Which tray we want out each day, we can see. We just pull it out and use it. And then any other work that we want to do, We do. We do have a miscellaneous folder that floats around. It's the pink one down in Fridays. That's for anything special, special events or anything extra that she does. That all goes into that folder. So that's like a miscellaneous folder of all extra bits and pieces that she does. And like I say, there's also an exercise book that will be in one of them, depending which day she last used it. And that floats around from place to place. So no, you don't need any special space. I've seen some people that do have like schoolroom type setups, which is great if you've got a house big enough, an area where you can do that, but the majority of homes don't really have the space to do that, especially if you've a few people living in one house. But this works great. So yeah, just table and everything in the corner. So that's the space that we use really. Like I say, we've started out on the sofa. We used to sit there and do it, and the books weren't in the trays like they are now. They just were in one big pile on a bookshelf, and I had to rummage through it to find which I wanted, and we did it like that. But then when we decorated last year and moved the 2 rooms around, it has made it better because Sian can sit at the table and work, and she's got the proper hard surface to do it on. And the, like you can see, all the shelving with all the trays in, that works really well. We just pick out which day we're using, so that works really well. I just need to get a bigger one for all the used books because that's got fuller and fuller now. We'll only keep getting fuller, probably end up with a couple of them by the time we've done. So no, you don't need no special space for homeschooling. Like I say, you can homeschool anywhere. I mean, the weather's getting nice now, so it might be that we'll be able to start sitting outside shortly and sitting and doing the work out there and doing things out there. So you can do anywhere. Don't be put off by space or anything like that. You don't need the space. If you've got the room to make like a little classroom type setup, that's brilliant. That's wonderful, and you know, it looks nice when you can do that, and everything's easy to find, I suppose. But don't worry, even if you haven't got a dining table and you have to sit on the sofa, it still works, because it worked for us for a year and we managed all right. It is better like it is now, but it managed all right. There was no problems. So you don't need the space. You definitely don't need a special space just to homeschool. So that's that. Short and sweet, that topic was today, but it's just when people say, oh, do you need a classroom to homeschool, things like that. And sometimes, to be honest, when I see a classroom setting up, I think, oh, is that off-putting? I mean, probably not if your child has not been to school, but such as Sian, who's been to school, then it would probably be a bit off-putting because you think, oh, I'm back at school. So that might put her off a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, they look nice. I like them. And this works well for us. So whatever space you've got, just, you know, go with it. It doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, so that's that. What I'm going to talk about now is, I was saying last week about some projects we'd got on the go, and what we've been doing, we're making some tote bags and we're making some pencil cases, and we decided to do some like crafting and make things, and we're going to see if we can sell them onto eBay. But what we thought we'd do, we theme them to like the garden and everything out there, and also to homeschooling. So we're going to try and theme it all. It's in its early stages, so there's a lot of planning and things like that, but I thought we've done a few tote bags and pencil cases, so I'll show you a couple and you can see what they look like. Alright, so first of all, we've been doing some pencil cases, tie-dyeing. See them? Quite nice and spacious inside. Canvas ones. And we've invented a little logo, or Sian did. She's done a little logo. And if you notice, that's called the Richardson Simple Living, but I'll explain that in a moment. So it's like a little apple tree and a little chicken, and that's a little carrot patch there. That's the logo. But we've done these, and in them there is pencil. I need to go back to school. A roller, a pencil, and a rubber. I think the girls are giggling at me, guys. I might turn the camera on them so you can have a look at them. I keep doing this. So yeah, we've done some of them. I'll just show you what they're all different like. We didn't all different colours. Quite like that colour, the purple and pink. It's nice. And some different colours. So we've done 10 of them. That's quite nice, a vibrant orange. I like that. I don't know if that sort of reminds me of space or storm clouds. Reminds me like of one of those oil painting type things. Oh, space. And that one. So we've done the 10 of them. So I'm going to put some of these onto eBay, see if I can sell any. But at the moment we're only practicing and we're testing different things, what works well and what doesn't. Now, I'll just show you the bags as well. Done some tote bags. And then it's quite a nice one. And I've got crocheted flowers. Lisa's clapping because every time she was crocheting flowers for me, I kept calling them bows. And she kept saying, they're flowers, not bows. And I just said flowers. She was expecting me to say bows. So yeah, that's that. Now what we're hoping to do, we're going to design some themes. So this would probably come under a sweet pea. So we'll take the colours of a sweet pea flowers, and tie-dye them to that colour. So the next lot perhaps have a little, mind you, these have got a bit of green in them. So yeah, we're designing the colours and we're going to put names to them. So we're going to be garden ones, and like there'll be a pheasant range maybe, so we'll have like the red, gold and pheasant colours there. But it's all in the planning stage at the moment. But aside from that, Lisa painted some for me as well, so they're fabric painted. So that's the Buff Orpington chicken. That's taken from one of the daisies that was grown on our lawn. These, all the tote bags like that. We tie-dyed one tote bag. That's the black and white duck we've got. And next is the chicken, one of the other chickens, Sussex Stars. Again, on the back of each one is the logo. You can probably see the logo better now. And that's the golden pheasant. Try and get it right so you can see it. That's the golden pheasant. So Lisa has hand painted them onto it with fabric paints, something like that. I'm not artistic, I don't really know much about them. So she's done all that. So we're hoping to get all them onto eBay and see if we can sell some of them on eBay. We are working on doing some, like I said, maybe sticking to tie-dyeing with the occasional painted ones. But like I say, we're hoping to go with colour ranges that reflect things in the garden. So it'd be like the pheasants and maybe different flower colours and things like that. We're just going to take things around the garden, get a name for them and have the colours reflecting that. And that's the idea. And we're hoping to do it in t-shirts and tops, hoodie tops and bags and things, but it's all practice at the moment. That's as much as we've done at the moment. It's all practice. Now what I was going to tell you about you notice that a logo, I'll show you on the cards, a logo saying the Richardson's Simple Living. So yeah, that's the the card. And if you notice underneath, it'll show you two YouTube signs. One's the Richardson's Homeschool Life, which is what you're watching now, and the other is the Garden Homestead. So the Richardson's Simple Living incorporates them. So that's going to be like the name on the shop for selling things on eBay. And it is also going to be, well, it is Twitter. We've opened a Twitter account and it's also on there. So we're going to do lots of tweets of things going on each day that regards homeschool and that regards homesteading, gardening, you know, or the crafting that we're doing. So we're going to put lots of tweets on there each day. So the Richardson's Simple Living incorporates the homeschool life and the homesteading. But as for the channels that you're watching, they're staying in the separate names. I know what I mean anyway. Things will evolve a bit, but that's the idea. That's what we're doing. And we're going to be putting the bag pencil cases and anything else we're doing. I think we're going to get some scrunchies and tie-dye them, different things that we're going to do. And we're going to put them onto eBay, which should be linked into my About section. So I'll put the link in there. And also the link for Twitter is in there as well. So yeah, that's that. I think there's nothing else to tell you on that, I don't think. But that's the project we're doing. It's an ongoing project. There's going to be a lot of things going on. It'll sort of take a shape somehow or other. It's just ideas that we're practicing with at the moment, but it will all formulate into something, you know, a bit more... something we can follow the pattern of, you know. So yeah, anyway, that's that. So that's it for today. Weekend went well, no problems with the weekend. We had a good weekend. We had the grandchildren over. It's a bit of a quiet weekend. So I hope you all had a good weekend. And now I shall see you next Tuesday, unless of course you have a look on the Garden Homestead. That'll be on Friday. I'm going to try and sort that channel out as well, so I can make it where a bit different, where I can talk over it or talk to you first and show you around, because it's a bit awkward to go outside some days and, you know, people think I'm nuts. She's talking to herself again, that mad neighbour of mine. So yeah, we'll sort that out anyway. So what I'm going to do on there this week, I've got some seeds actually, some really old seeds that are a few years old, and we're going to have a practice of planting them and see if they do grow. We're going to test them. So that's it for this week. Like I said, we've been talking about the space for homeschooling, and you know, the answer to that is we don't need a special space or place to do it. It can be done anywhere, anyhow. And I've shown you some of the project that we're doing, and that'll be that. Just watch this space and see what we get up to next. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye.